Feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hello, and welcome to the video wrap-up show for the Shrimp Tank podcast in Seattle. I'm Dan Whedon, and I'm joined by my co-host, Linda Popke. Linda and I had a fascinating, fun, and very topical conversation about supply chain with supply chain expert Diane Garcia from Lorraine Consulting in Portland. You're going to want to listen to the entire episode, so subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And if you'd like to listen to every episode, they're on our website at shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle.
So, Diane, I want to ask you, because I think this is on everyone's mind, how is Amazon impacting the supply chain? Because we're seeing things that don't come from Amazon, things that do. Are they the big fish in the pond? What's happening with them?
Well, I think Amazon has changed the behavior and the strategy of supply chain. So they have really done the fulfillment center distribution very well and have really led the way on speed and reliability of the supply chain. So you know that when you click order, whatever that product may be on Amazon, you're going to get it. They're very transparent about when you get it. You have tracking information. So they've of course equipped themselves with the technology behind these supply chain products. And so it's really has become one of the leading, behaviors of the supply chain. How should we treat our customers and our end customers? What do they expect out of us? And free shipping may be one of those impacts. We, of course, require things immediately. If something doesn't show up next day, 2 days, you're thinking, well, what happened? Why isn't it just waiting in a warehouse down the street for me to get here? So Amazon has just really kind of changed the way of how the supply chain was, the requirements of the supply chain and the strategy. But, other companies are coming up to speed, and really Amazon is one of, a few different companies globally that have really changed the landscape of supply chain management.
Well, speaking of supply chain landscape, I asked you this question on the show, Diane, and it was a great answer, and everybody should go back and listen to the entire episode. But it just feels like we're in a pickle right now, just globally, when it comes to supply chain. There's so many challenges with it, and it seems like there's no end in sight. How optimistic, confident are you that this too shall pass? And if it does, what's your outlook on it?
I remain very optimistic that the supply chain leaders and companies are really working hard to resolve these disruptions, and they are really working to, prepare themselves for the anticipated demand, or maybe even things that we're not even aware that we are going to need here in the next year as we head into 2022. But I think that we have great tools, we have great technology, we've made great advancements in the technology and support within the supply chain. So I do think companies are, they're maybe a little bit caught off their feet at times, but they'll bounce back with great effort. And there's some challenges really all the time. COVID, other disruptions in the recent months have brought out a lot of gaps in the supply chain. But I do know that companies are working very around the clock, very hard to resolve these disruptions.
Okay. And we've been working around the clock to talk to Diane about all of this. And thank you so much for being a guest here on the Shrimp Tank. For those people who would like to get in touch with you or learn more about your company, where can they go to get more information?
I say contact me on LinkedIn, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm under Diane L. Garcia. And then I also have a website, which is going to be Lorraine-consulting.com.
All right. And while you're on the web, make sure you check out all the replays on shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle and wherever you get your podcast, iHeart, Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, because we are ubiquitous. And don't forget to follow us on our show's social media pages, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Well, Diane, thanks for joining us. Linda, as always, thank you. Happy New Year to both of you. Everybody, as Linda mentioned, please jump on our Facebook page and like us. That's where we live stream every Wednesday at noon Pacific time. Our next show will be on January the 12th, Wednesday the 12th at noon. Our guest will be Brian Robinson. James Alberson will be joining me. Until we see you again, please be healthy, be prosperous, have fun. Happy New Year, because for right now, the shrimp is back in the tank. So long.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond.